Hello and welcome to LexisNexis RegCompliance Plus. My name's Michael Nelson, and I'm your Customer Experience Manager. Today, we're going to be providing you with a brief overview of the functionality of the RegCompliance Plus platform. When you first log in, you'll see a screen that looks like this. It defaults to the compliance platform, which provides you with access to the obligations within your subscription, the alerts that capture reg change around your subscription, and search functionality, so you can drill down to identify obligations and/or alerts that you're looking for. You could also get access from here to Protégé, your generative AI assistant. To access your obligations, click on the Obligations tab beneath Explore Compliance, and that will reveal a screen like this. You'll see, by default, it will capture all of the core obligations, so the obligations within your subscription that look at the headline elements of what a topic might contain. On the left-hand side, there are various filters that you can employ that will allow you to focus the obligations that are viewable down to just those ones that are caught within your filters. If you're looking for sub-obligations, you can go across to the right-hand menu and expand all or collapse all. And you can filter by editable fields, so everything to the right of where it says tools that you can add to make sure that the right people have been assigned the right obligations. You've denominated a compliance status, risk impact, likelihood, and so on. And those editable fields are themselves filterable when you click on this filter button here. The obligations are also visible through a variety of other lenses. You can look at it through a library view that allows you to see different ways of the obligations that are caught within the filters that you've set, and the dashboard that allows you to capture the same information and again display it in a different way. Here you can see the elements of the obligations we've selected, their compliance status, the obligation owners, and so forth, and where you can link to the obligations that might be overseen or managed by a particular colleague of yours. Another key feature is the tracking function. Within any given content set, there may very well be obligations that are directly on point for your organization, and there may be obligations that aren't relevant given the nature of your activities and your operations. In order to focus on the ones that are relevant, there's functionality here that will allow you, by clicking on the flag, to track these. And then you can use this drop-down to focus just on the tracked obligations. You can also access this tracking function when you open up the editable fields of a given obligation, where you can nominate compliance status, review date, and at the bottom you'll see track this obligation as well. In addition to the obligations within your register, of course, there's regulatory change. You can see here in the alerts column that alerts that we send out are always associated with one or more obligations within a given content set. You can access them here, or you can go up to the alerts tab, and by clicking on that, you can surface all of the alerts that are currently within your subscription. Again, there's filtering capacity here on the left-hand side, including a date range here, and you can view it either the default tracking function, the library, with access to the alerts that are caught within that filter set, or the dashboard, where you can see the number of alerts within your filter set, how those are broken down, the impact rating of the regulatory change, and then access those alerts through alert snapshots that are visible here. Within the obligations and alerts, of course, there's an enormous amount of data. And in order to surface that data in particular ways, beyond the filters that we've looked at before, you can, of course, search. To access search, click on the search box up here, and then put in a search term, something like breach notification. You can filter initially by jurisdiction, and you can toggle between alerts, obligations, and everything. You can also make this search a filter favorite. So the filters that you put in, you can revert back to if this is a filter combination that you rely on frequently. Now let's undertake our search and see what comes up. So you can see we've searched for breach notification across the entire content set. And that's given us more than 10,000 responses. And you can see what it's done is it's looked for instances where the word breach appears and separately where the word notification appears. And that's visible and searchable within each particular artifact, obligation or alert, using this graphical interface. To narrow the search, there are once again filters here, so you can look within a given set of modules, you can look within given jurisdictions, and you can filter by industry. You can edit your search. You can change the nature of the search from the default, which is natural language, to Boolean searches, terms and connectors. And of course, you can create a link to this page if you want to share these search results. There's also functionality here that will allow you to create an environment by clicking on Create an Alert. That means when this particular search term appears in the content that we create, whether an obligation or an alert, you can set this up such that when it's published, you will receive in system or via email the artifact, the obligation, or the alert that contains that particular search term. So you can stay on top of topics of interest beyond simply searching for them once they've landed. The final thing to look at is the AI assistant. Now, there are a couple of ways you can access it. It's available up here on the top right by clicking on the protege function here, and that will create on the right-hand side capacity to ask a variety of different questions such around the content within your set. Or alternately, you can go back to the protege feature here on the landing page. So if you click on the protege logo on the left, that will take you to this environment. On the left, there is all of the historical conversations that you've had with your AI assistant, so you can revert back to those, and you can see that they are caught within 7 days, 30 days, and 90-day date ranges. You can create a new conversation from here that will allow you to either ask a regulatory compliance question that will search within the obligations and alerts, and also related legislation. You can click on Summarize Regulatory Change that will just focus on the alerts within your subscription. Or alternately, you can upload a document and ask Protege to summarize the document, or you can use Protege to analyze and respond to questions that you might have about that document. To the top right, you can access all of the things that you've done on the platform, whether it's conversations, searches, or documents you've accessed. You can change the mode of viewing. There's a menu up here that will allow you to change your settings, notifications, and any feedback that you might have for us. And at the bottom right-hand corner, there's a menu that will allow you to contact us, reach out to our community portal for more information around particular elements that we have, other modules you might be interested in, lodge queries around content or product, or you can explore the other learning resources that are available there. Of course, there's our customer newsletter. You can look at some webinars that we've done previously. And if there's any changes that we've made to the content that we think warrant newsworthy links, then we'll create them and they'll be linked to here in the What's New tab. Thank you very much for your time today. For more information about the various aspects of the functionality we've looked at today, all the modules that are available through the RegCompliance Plus solution, please reach out to your relationship manager or compliance@lexisnexis.com.au. Thank you.